Hey, Titans! This is Captain Yeet here for you for the Teen Titans episode review. This is going to be Teen Titans Season 3, Episode 9, titled The Beast Within. So let's get into it. I know a few episodes ago I said I remember this episode in specific from my childhood. I don't remember the whole episode in specific. I just really remember that one scene like halfway through the episode when Beast Boy starts to like groan and moan on the floor and he turns into that beast thing. That's like the only thing I remember. I remember it didn't freak me out as a kid, but I was kind of nervous watching it. I'm like, what's going on? Like that really freaked me out a little bit as a kid. Like I wasn't terrified, but I was like really nervous. I was like really nervous when I watched that. Anyway, this episode starts out with Beast Boy, and he just gets slammed against a table. Then there's an outward shot, and we're in some sort of random lab facility, and there's like a ton of different kinds of animals in cages all around this room there. And so there's like dogs, wolves, cats. There's monkeys inside these cages going crazy, and then we get this new character named Adonis. I don't know if this guy was like in the comics and they put him in the show, or he was specifically made for the show. But this is what he looks like. This random guy in this huge battle suit, because he's the one that just like slammed Beast Boy. He's like, bring it on. So obviously Robin's like, come on Titans, let's go. There was one little funny scene where Beast Boy tried to say an insult to Adonis, but he like slurred his words. And Raven was like, ooh, bad grammar. That'll get him. Beast Boy's like, okay. He has one really cool team shot, and when he says Titans go, the R start running towards Adonis, and it's another really cool team shot. And Adonis, he's pretty strong in this battle, so he's able to shrug off a lot of the Titans. And each time he shrugs off a Titan, he'll be like, come on, man, Adonis is the strongest. You can't beat Adonis. He like, you gotta have muscles like me. And I was like, it looks like he's in a battle suit, as you can see. Like, I'm like, unless he's like an actual big buff guy in a big buff battle suit, what's the point of the battle suit? Like, I thought one Titan would say, like, if you're so strong or buff, what's the battle suit for? Nobody says that. Anyway, a few cool things during the fight. Number one, it was kind of funny, honestly. Cyborg, he comes out of nowhere and he just starts wailing on Adonis. He goes, come on, big guy, what you got? What you got, big guy? What you got, big guy? He's going crazy over and over and over on him. Eventually, Adonis is able to catch his fist, and the Cyborg goes, oh. And then he just throws Cyborg through a wall. There was this one kind of weird or funny scene to where, I don't know how he did this, but Raven put all her dark energy over all of Adonis' battle suit. All he does is like flex, and her dark energy like dispersed, and he grabs Raven and pins her. He like, ooh, you look kind of nice. And Raven just looks at him and just teleports away. I'm like, how does just flexing like disperses the, she could have easily just tore that Joker apart. I don't know. She does get away, but I don't know. Here's the really cool scene I was talking about. He like, come on, big guy. What you got? What you got, big guy? What you got? He just starts going crazy over and over. He catches his face. He's like, oh. All right, then he just throws him through a wall. That was pretty funny. Eventually, it comes down to just Beast Boy. He turns into a ton of different animals, and each time he does it, he just gets slammed or rocked by Adonis. And sometimes the animals didn't really make too much sense because he did turn to like a chimpanzee. I'm like, this is a big buff guy. I don't know if turning to a chimp is really gonna help. Eventually, he slams Beast Boy into like some tables. He's like, come on, don't you know how to fight me like a man? Beast Boy goes, I'm not a man. I'm an animal. He turns into like a rhino, rams into him, slams him against a pillar. He turns into that dinosaur that has like that ball and chain tail, slams him. Like, he getting some really good hits in. Turns into a bear. He's like tearing up his battle suit. Eventually, they start struggling and they go over to the side of this room. And all the other Titans like, Beast Boy, be careful. There's chemicals over there. And it's too late. He like throws Adonis into this container full of these chemicals. Well, it's like it's not like air. It's like it's not like, but it's not like gas chemicals. It's like liquid chemicals. So all the liquid chemicals fall on Adonis and falls on Beast Boy. Beast Boy's able to bust up his battle suit and defeat him. And it turns out Adonis is just this really scrawny guy in a battle suit. He's not actually a buff guy. Look at him. He busts up his battle suit, and he's like the little scrawny guy. All those liquid chemicals are all over him and Beast Boy, and everybody was just looking at him like, oh wow. But okay, good job, man. You beat him. There's some tenacity you got there. And then Raven, she was like, oh wow, you really gave it to him, huh? And he goes, I just got tired of being pushed around. Walked off. Okay. And then we get the opening. And we get the theme song. And it's back to English. Last week it was Japanese, but it's back to English today. And after the theme song, we get, I wouldn't say it's a montage, but we do some of the same things over and over. So basically, Beast Boy, he wakes up in his room, and he's on his floor. And he's like, what the heck? How'd I get on the floor? I sleep on the floor more often. I feel great. He walks out of his room because he smells something delicious, and then the camera pans on his bed, and there's like a ton of claw marks on his bed. He walks in the kitchen, and Robin, he's cooking a huge piece of ham and some eggs. It was just so funny to me because when Robin went to go get the ham out of the oven, he had some oven mitts, obviously, but the oven mitts had like the Robin logo on it. I just thought that was really funny. I just thought it was really funny how I had the Robin logo up there. Anyway, Beast Boy, he comes in, eats the eggs and ham. Obviously, Robin's like, Beast Boy, you just ate ham and eggs. He goes, yeah? You're vegetarian. He goes, yeah, but after beating Adonis, I realized I'm a real man. A real man don't eat vegetarian. Real men don't eat tofu. Hey, man, it's almost noon. You should eat breakfast. And Robin was like, that was my breakfast. Then we cut the Beast Boy in the gym. He's doing pull-ups. He's like, I don't know, like a 30-something. He gets tired and turns to like a Sasquatch and like pulls himself up more, and he starts going crazy on the I was finna say jungle gym, but on pull-ups. I was trying to think of them. I was like, what machine is that called? But it's just a metal bar. It's not like a Pacific machine. Then we cut to him watching TV, and he's just flipping through channels over and over and over again. And Starfire comes up, and she goes, hey, Beast Boy, my favorite television show is finna come on, like The World of Fungus, like a fungus show. She goes, may I watch it? He says, no. She goes, but you're never watching TV. You're just flipping through channels. He goes, I said no. He goes, be a dear and fix me another root beer. Obviously, Starfire's like, psst. He walks away like, I'm not getting you a root beer. Who you talking to? Like, who you talking to like that? And just walks off. Then we get another scene of him in the gym, just starting going crazy. Doing bench presses with a ton of weights. He gets tired. He's actually doing like a lot of weights with his regular arms, but he turns to a Sasquatch, throws the weights through the wall, and then the next scene we get, he's playing a video game with Cyborg. They're playing that racing game you always see him play. Cyborg bumps into Beast Boy, kills him, he wins. Beast Boy's like, yo, dog, you can't do that. He goes, I did, and I just win. And Beast Boy's like, oh yeah, and he makes some claws and scratches Cyborg's chest. And Cyborg's like, okay, dude, chill out. And he goes, whatever, man. He walks off. He goes, B, it's just a game. Calm down, man. It's just a stupid game. Where you going? Then we get another scene of him in the gym. He's punching the punching bag, and he breaks it off of the ceiling. So they're like, I didn't even realize this, like, just mentioned it until I just brought it up. But just like Captain America when he was, like, punching the punching bag, and he punched it off the ceiling. And he punched it off the ceiling. He punched it off the ceiling. He gets really mad, turns to a wolf, and he starts attacking the punching bag. And then that's when we get the scene with Governor. Like I actually just saw, he gets one specific scene just acting out of character with each Titan. And eventually he comes over to Raven. So he's in the hallway walking, and they bump into each other. Raven drops her book. And Raven goes, oh, my bad. Like, I bumped into you, my bad. And he goes, yeah, you better be. She goes, you know what? Never mind. You're just a jerk. And keeps walking. And so Beast Boy, he stops walking. Raven keeps walking. He gets mad. He turns around. And he starts to walk towards her. Then he appears in front of her. I've been wanting that like 2 times. I'm like, what? Like, what happened here? I was like, how do you... Because he's behind her. He sees it in front of him. He stops walking when he calls her a jerk. And then he appears in front of her. I'm like, what? Okay. Anyway, Beast Boy says, like, hey, I've been a really nice guy up until now. I've been taking your insults, your jokes. As of this moment, Mr. Nice Guy left the building. Ravenline, that's supposed to intimidate me? He goes, no, this is. And he transforms into the Sasquatch. He's finna punch her. Raven gets up, ready to fight. And then in the background, you hear Robin goes, hey, leave her alone. Then it's Cyborg, Starfire, and Robin. It was a pretty cool shot, too. I really like this shot. Anyway, they're like, yo, what do you think you're doing? You need to chill out. Starfire, like, you've been acting like a real, Zarbarf, this isn't cool. And not Robin, Beast Boy, he walks past Raven, gives her the side eye, walks over to Robin, and he goes, hey, this is the me now. If you got a problem with it, you're going to have to deal with it. And he goes, if this is the you we have to deal with, then we don't want a part of it. And then Beast Boy just looks at him. Robin looks at Beast Boy. Beast Boy like jumps like he's gonna transform, and Robin gets ready. And he goes, yeah, that's what I thought. Beast Boy walks away. I'm like, what are you talking about? What? Like, come on, you jumped. What is Robin supposed to do? Just stand there? Especially if you do try to transform. Like, come on now. Like, anyway, Beast Boy is in his room. And he's like destroying his room, and he's really mad. He goes, man, Raven's always making fun of me, insulting me. I stand up for myself, and then on her side, this is ridiculous. I'm like, okay, stand up for yourself. I mean, if she's always insulting you and stuff, you don't want her to back off. That's one thing. Just telling her that, like, to chill out with that. That's one thing. But actually transforming into a gigantic Sasquatch trying to fight her, that's another thing. That's another thing, especially since you guys are teammates. That's a whole other thing entirely. Anyway, he starts moaning and groaning on the floor. You see his body starting to transform, and then you hear Raven, you see Raven come out of her room and see like Beast Boy. She walks over to Beast Boy's room, and you see something dent his door. Then the whole door flies off. She's like, what the? You hear growling, you see teeth. Raven like, ah! And then we see all the other Titans like respond to all the noise. Like, yo, what's going on? So they run over to Beast Boy's room. It is completely demolished. Scars, but claw marks everywhere. Bed is demolished. They're like, what in the world happened here? And they see the windows open. And Cyborg's like, Raven was in her room. This is bad. We need to find them. So Starfire starts to fly. Robin is on his... what's the name for his motorcycle? The Robin cycle? I don't think so. I don't know what the name is for Robin's motorcycle. But Robin's on his motorcycle. And Cyborg's in a T-car, and they're like, going all around Jump City trying to find two missing Titans. So they're tracking Raven's communicator because they can't track Beast Boy because I guess he doesn't have it on him. So while they're flying around trying to look for Beast Boy and Raven, Robin finds a piece of Raven's clothes, and Starfire finds some claw marks, and she also sees something in the distance, like running on all fours. And Cyborg says he has a track on Raven's communicator, and they all come together at this one sewer camp. It was kind of cool because Robin and Cyborg both drift around the sewer camp. And Cyborg's like, what the heck? It says the communicator is right here and she's moving fast. Robin's like, no, she is here, but she's underground. Come on, let's go. So they go inside the sewers and they start walking around. But here was a really dope scene I like, where they both like drift around each other. I mean, that was pretty cool. I like that. I really like that. They just went, what are we doing? Alright, here we go right here. He was like, she's moving fast. She's right here. And they just drift around each other. So they go inside the sewer. They're walking around. It was one little nice scene where Starfire was like, I really wish my friends are safe now. Cyborg was like, yeah, me too. So they're looking around for Raven because they're tracking her communicator. They find a communicator, but no Raven. So they're looking around some more. And eventually they hear like a growl. And they're like, we can't track it. So we're going to have to split up. They all split up. Cyborg finds Beast Boy's like utility belt thing he always wears. So they all converge on Cyborg. And eventually they see something really big running around. So they chase it to like a corner. And then we get the light shined on it. And then we get to see what Beast Boy actually turned into. And Beast Boy turned into like this huge beast thing. We don't get like an actual name for it. But it looks kind of cool, honestly. I really like the design of it. And he has Raven, and he has she has a cloak on, and he has the hood of Raven in his mouth. Anyway, they're like, "Yo, oh my goodness, Raven, is he okay?" This is what Beast Boy looks like in his new form. They don't know it's Beast Boy yet, but obviously this is Beast Boy because he's green and he has Raven. So they start to fight him. He's able to handle the Titans pretty not easily, but he's able to hold his own against all the other Titans. And they eventually defeat him it was really cool. Robin throws some of his bombs, Starfire throws out a starbolt, and the Cyborg shoots his thing. So 3 things coming out of him once, big explosion. Then Beast Boy D transforms. And like, Beast Boy? No way. He's like, oh, my head. What happened? And then we cut to the Titans Tower. So here's the really cool scene Oh, it was an eyebolts. Okay, I thought it was a starbolt. I guess I missed that. It was Starfire. She didn't throw a starbolt. She shot the eyebolts. Okay, I missed that. Anyway, here's the cool. Hey, it was kind of like the scene with Iron Man, Thor, and Vision when they were fighting Ultron when they did that tri-beam on him. You remember that? I just remember that. It's not like a ping of that, so I can't put that in the thumbnail. I'm not gonna put all three of them in the thumbnail, but that was kind of cool. That was kind of cool. Anyway, they bring it back to Titan's Tower. Raven is levitating over a bed, and she's not moving. And they're like, "Hey, she's not moving." Robin says she's healing herself. Beast Boy is over to the side, sitting on a bed. Sitting in a chair. And he goes, "I did that to her? There's no way I did that to her. I remember we had that argument, but I would never." And Starfire says, "She was in your mouth, like in your claw, in your sharp teeth." And he goes, "You liar!" And he looks like really mad. And Robin comes over to him. He goes, "I'm going to ask you to keep your voice down." And Beast Boy asks, "What's wrong with me? What's going on with me?" Cyborg's looking at some data charts on the computer, and he goes, "Well, your DNA has always been kind of weird and iffy because of your morphing. Maybe now it's just finally falling apart." This was not cool scene, but it was kind of a tense scene of Beast Boy getting mad when Starfire was like, she was in your claws. Robin asks Beast Boy to remember what happened. He goes, he can't really remember too much. All he remembers was the argument he had with Robin and Raven. He went to his room, then just nothing. And he goes, "You gotta remember, Beast Boy." And he goes, "I'm trying. You have to. If you can't remember what happened, I'm gonna have to take you to jail. You have to remember. Try harder." And he goes, "Well, I remember black, and then screaming, and claws." And he was screaming and claws isn't nothing. "Remember." And he goes, I'm trying. And he starts screaming in pain again. Then he transforms back into the Beast. He tries to go over to Raven. Starfire, Robin, and Cyborg fight him off. Eventually, he just jumps out of the tower. So Robin goes, "Starfire, you stay here and guard Raven just in case he wakes up or in case Beast Boy comes back. We're going to go after Beast Boy." So they chase Beast Boy throughout the city. And Cyborg gets to him first. And he drives the car in front of him. And he brings out his cannon gun. He goes, "Come on, B. Don't make me do this. I know you're still in there." He just looks at Beast Boy. Beast Boy looking at him. Eventually, Beast Boy starts to how animals go and his ears go down. He's like, "Oh, Beast Boy." But then Robin comes up and he gets scared. He runs away. He starts to run up a tower, a building. And Robin shoots him down, and then he screams in pain. And then Raven wakes up, and then Raven wakes up, and Starfire's like, "Oh, Raven, you okay?" And she was like, also like, Beast Boy did this to you. She goes, "Beast Boy didn't hurt me. He saved me." Starfire's like, "What?" And then Beast Boy goes into the sewers, and then Robin and Cyborg both chase him in the sewers. And wow, I remembered all that. I gotta skip a huge chunk. I remember all that. That's kind of funny. Let's go past this. Yada yada. Okay, so Robin and Cyborg like, "Come on, Beast Boy. We know you're in there. Don't move. We just want to talk to you." And Beast Boy's like growling, and Robin like, "Okay, if he moves, take the shot." And then you see like this tan figure of another beast behind Cyborg. So Robin like, "Okay, now." And then that thing behind Cyborg attacks him, and the light go out because Cyborg was the only one making light. And then this tan sort of reddish figure, well, not figure, but it's two of them. It's two of them now. There's a reddish version of this beast, and then there's obviously Beast Boy. And they're like, "What the heck? There's two of them?" So they start to fight, and these things are pretty strong. Like, they're busting each other through. Well, the reddish version is like busting Beast Boy through walls, slamming him through the concrete. Like, this thing is strong. These things are strong, and eventually it just starts wailing on Beast Boy over and over and over again, and Beast Boy just gives up. Like, look at this thing. It's like punching him through walls, slamming him through the ground. He just starts wailing on Beast Boy over and over and over and over and over again. And he starts to walk away because I guess he thinks he killed Beast Boy. I would assume that too, the way that he was wailing on him. But then Beast Boy, he's able to get back up, wail on him, and beat him. And he sort of like Blanca, because he does a move. Blanca in Street Fighter, he does a move where he curls up into a ball and rolls at you. And Beast Boy does that, and he does like a ton of different attacks and beat this guy. And then Beast Boy de-transforms, and that guy de-transforms, and it turns out the other beast was Adonis. And then Beast Boy obviously de-transformed. They're like, Adonis? What the heck? And yeah, that was it. I was trying to think of like, did I forget something? Nah, he was after Beast Boy beat him. They're like, you know what the Adonis? What in the world? It was kind of funny because the way Beast Boy beats him, he sort of like flies all around the screen after he does this move right here. He like spins in a ball. He just starts going boom, 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 like Sonic. Like, jeez, like this guy's pretty quick. Anyway, the last scene is the Mount of Titans Tower. Beast Boy is sitting near the water where he sat with Terra, like near the ocean on the rocks. And Raven comes up to him, and Beast Boy's like, so Adonis, he's the one that attacked you, not me, right? And she goes, yeah, he broke into the tower to attack me. You turned into that beast thing too and saved me. You didn't hurt me. He goes, well, I was such a jerk to you. I can't believe I eat meat. I'm sorry. So he goes, well, it was because of all those chemicals that mess with your DNA. He gave you the antidote now. Beast Boy, yeah, I mean, Cyborg gave you the antidote. Beast Boy's like, yeah, I know. But that beast thing is still feeling inside of me. And she goes, good. That thing doesn't make you an animal. Knowing when to let it out, that what makes you a man. That was really sweet. And Beast Boy's like, huh. They should call me Beast Man now, huh? Raven like, what happened in the moment? Let's not ruin it. Okay. Beast Dude. And then we get the credits. That was a really sweet moment, though. I like that. I really like that, boy. That was a sweet moment. I honestly don't remember. I remember that Beast thing in this episode. I honestly don't remember this thing ever coming back out again. Maybe he does bring this thing back out eventually. Anyway, I would like for this to be the thumbnail when Beast Boy sits down. Right here. Honestly, I don't know if I can find a good screenshot of it. Obviously, well, if you click on the video, you already know what the thumbnail is. But if I can find a good thumbnail, find a good picture of this. Okay, yeah, but if I can't, then poop. But this is a good episode. And like I said, I don't remember if he ever brings his beast form out again. I'm guessing that's what they call it, beast form. I don't know if he ever brings that beast form out again to fight anybody. If he does, then cool. If he doesn't, it kind of sucks because it's kind of a cool design. It's really powerful. I guess the only thing that sucks is, I guess he kind of does know what he's doing, like thinking, but at the same time he kind of doesn't. So I guess he needs better control over it. But it's a really cool form. Anyway, that's the episode for you guys today. So, like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you all later. Thank you all for watching. I thank you all there for being wonderful human beings. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. All right.